Hi, this is Paul Kenny, and I have a really important question for you today. How do you decide which network marketing company you should join? You're going to get involved in a company where you're going to be making a commitment of your money, commitment of your time, and of great importance, you're going to commit your reputation to that company. So how do you make that decision? You know what most people do? They make an emotional decision. For 27 years, I've been a full-time career networker, built massive organizations all over the globe, and I think over that period of 27 years, I've seen that most people get contacted by usually someone that they know who's excited about an opportunity and a company, and they sign up. And it's not until they're in the company that they really know too much about the company they've joined. So I'm going to share with you my background prior to my network marketing career, and that was banking. See, I've been involved in the banking industry for a number of years after I got out of school, and I was working for Bank America running a significant corporate lending team for the bank. And in that capacity, I had to loan lots of money. We had some businesses that were borrowing millions, some tens of millions, some hundreds of millions of dollars from the bank. And I was responsible to make proper decisions on evaluating those companies and deciding, do we want to lend them money or not? So today, over the next few minutes, I don't plan on turning you into a banker, but I'd like to give you a different strategy, an approach that you need to consider when you are evaluating a network marketing company in which you are thinking of joining the company. And I want you to remember something. There are tens and tens of thousands of network marketing companies all over the world. Some of these companies are great companies. They're fantastic products. You should be getting involved with some of them. I will also tell you this. There's a lot of them that you should have nothing to do with those companies. So today, this evaluation is going to help you to make that determination. And I will tell you that in the decisions that I made along with my partner Pam, to be, for example, in one company 16 years, current company 4 years, we haven't jumped from company to company to company like most people do. We made thoughtful, correct decisions before we aligned with the company. So here is part of that process, and I know it's truly going to help you. It's going to start when you're looking at a company to understand the ownership of the company. I'll tell you a couple of things that I would not get involved with. Publicly traded companies that are on any stock market, I'm not interested. The reason I'm not is because there are divergent interests between you as the distributor and what you need from the company and the owner of the company, the executives of the company who have to answer to their investors who are the shareholders. Consequently, shareholders that could easily take a look at one of the biggest expense items in the company, and that's commissions paid out to you, and ask what's going on with all these commissions. You know, if we need to get more profitability, why don't we pay these people less money? And by the way, that does happen a lot. And anytime that the shareholders are not happy with the direction of the company, they dictate the future of the company, not the executives running the company. Number two, I would avoid owners where there are multiple partners. There might be 3, 4, 5 individuals, all with separate interests, all who may have invested something into that company, but at any given time, partnerships often break down. There's argumentation, there's disagreement, there's litigation back and forth between the partners. And you know who's going to pay the price for that? You're going to pay the price for that. The prototype best company for you to be involved with will be privately held, and it will be a family or a couple that own that business. They don't have divergent interests. They have one interest and one interest alone, and that is that business. Very successful companies have been family owned for many years, generations. Now, I wrote on the board something really important here, because when you start to understand your company, I don't care if you've got the best products, I don't care if you have the best pay plan, the best marketing, you need to understand the ethics or the integrity of the ownership of that company. Because if you find out there are issues of integrity, of honesty with ownership of the company, it's a big red flag. Stay away. Okay? And a lot of the owners of these companies, I'm just telling you, they've had some problems. It's very easy for you to Google their names. It's very easy for you to do your homework and find out if there have been some issues, all right? If there are issues of any sort whatsoever, you need to get out. Some of them have been in multiple We'll call them multi-level marketing or network marketing companies, but a lot of them are really Ponzi scams. And now they've moved on to a second or a third or a fourth. You need to stay away from that. That's called getting involved in a criminal enterprise. You don't want to be doing that, okay? Now, secondly, I think you should be aware that when you're looking at the ownership of the company, you need to know what their experience is. You know, what were they doing before they launched the company? Now, right after that, I have funding and legal, okay? Funding means if this is a young company, where did the money come from that launched this company? You can ask the question, because a lot of times you'll get answers from some of these company owners, these young companies, and they just lie to you. You know, for me, if you came into the Bank of America and you were looking to make a sizable loan with me, and I found out that you were lying to me about certain things, and the discussion out the door, we're not lending you any money. Now, you have to be the same way when you're choosing to align yourself with a company. What's the financial condition of the company? Ask. Go upline and ask. You know, people do know the answers to these things, and if you're looking to build a major business, you know, you need to ask, you know, where's the capital coming for this company, this young company, to grow? Now, on the question of that, I think today that for any company that wants to compete in the network marketing space, there had not better be a 100,000 or 500,000 or $1 million. You need to have multiple millions of dollars. I'm going to say that again. You need multiple millions of dollars of non-borrowed capital, equity dollars in that company to launch that business. And even then, it's going to be kind of limited. All right, that's just the way it is today. So if it's a thinly capitalized company, here's what it means. It means they're pushing you hard as a distributor to get out there and do business, because as you sign up distributors to buy the product packs or the service packs, they're relying on that cash flow to pay their bills. That's very unhealthy. Not a good thing. So let's talk about legality, all right? You need to find out what is going on legally with your company. Is there current litigation? I mentioned the owners in just a moment ago. You've got to be able to Google them and see what's going on. There's a very good website that I refer people to all the time. It's called behindmlm.com. Very sharp guy, runs that site. I can tell you that internationally, nationally, and at the state level in America, regulators are always going to that site because they want to know how he is evaluating compensation plans and company owners. And you know what? When you start to go to a third-party site like that and you start to see red flags, again, you need to stay away from the companies. You know, we've seen that in some of the models out there today, like as I'm doing this video right now, there's been a rash of cryptocurrency network marketing companies. They're not legal. They are not legal. They don't fit into the model of a legal network marketing company. It's just that simple. Consequently, you're seeing the collapse of a lot of them one after one after one. But you're also seeing the perpetrators deciding, okay, well, this didn't work out. We've got to move on. The regulators are chasing us down. Let's move to some part of the world, you know, go to the UAE, go to Dubai, or go to Malaysia, or go to Indonesia, and we'll start up another one. And that's what's going on. Avoid at all costs if you're serious about building your company with integrity and building it to last. That's very important. You don't want to be jumping from company A to company B to company C to company D. You'll never get anywhere doing that. You'll constantly be rebuilding and rebuilding and rebuilding. So, you know, understanding, is your business legal? You are responsible to know if your company is legal or are they running a criminal enterprise, okay? There's a very thin line of distinction between a legal network marketing company and one that's kind of a Ponzi scheme, all right? By the way, one of the things that will help you to understand that is ask if the company is a member of the Direct Selling Association. If you're watching this in America, we have a DSA, Direct Selling Association here, but they also are in Europe, they're in Asia, they're over in India, they're all over the world. There's international direct selling associations, and they have standards, they have ethics, and usually when a company is a DSA member, you're in pretty good shape with that company as far as are they doing the right things in a regulatory and legal environment. Next is, how old is the company? Okay, on the low side, I have a litmus test. If the company has not been around for at least 2 or 3 years, I don't even want to see it. And I'll tell you why. Because they're not tested. The company hasn't been proven. And I can tell you that historically in this industry, if the company is not yet 5 years old, it's probably not going to hit their 5th year anniversary. After a few years, those companies are going to run into problems. So I avoid them. The litmus test for me is, nope, I'm not going to get started. In our current company, Pammy and I registered. We liked the company very much, but the company was only like 2 years old, and for the next 2 years, we watched the company before we decided to leave the company we were in and put all of our attention and focus onto the company we're in right now. You need to do the same thing. Unless you have a cash flow, I'm not saying wait around for your company to be 4 or 5 years old, because frankly, if it's a startup, it's probably not going to ever get to that point. So I would avoid that. On the other side of the equation, there are very great companies out there, and here's the reality. In terms of the growth stage of a company, we've got an early stage, there's momentum, which can go on for years and years and years. Then there's stability, and a lot of these companies, and I'll name some of them, they're the Amways, they're the New Skins, they're the Herbalife, they're the Forever Living Products, and others. These companies are so mature that right now there's no business opportunity for you there. It would be like you deciding, I'm going to go out and I'm going to invest in Microsoft and I'm going to create my wealth in the Microsoft stock. Nay, it's not going to happen that way. You needed to be investing in Microsoft 25 years ago. That's when you would have created your wealth. All right, this is how investment in business works, folks. It's the concept that timing is everything. So you want to get a company when it's been around for a few years, has still got great momentum going on, but you don't want to join a company that's probably doing maybe billions in sales each year and they've been around for 30, 40, or 50 years. It's mainly just going to be a retailing opportunity for you. You'll have a few people that get started with you. You'll be moving out some products, but you're never going to have significant financial return for building that business. It's too late. So I would not get involved in a company like that. Now, beyond that, products. This is a really, really important subject. In the space of network marketing, and we'll call it ad and direct sales too, okay? There's historically only been a finite group of products that work in this model. And what I mean by that is you're joining a network marketing company because you want to create a residual income stream. You want to get to that Red Sea place where you've got people enjoying products that are mainly customers. They're ordering month after month, year after year, maybe decade after decade, and you're getting compensated on that. That's why highly successful people will see the network marketing model and they'll decide, I want to get involved with it. It got me interested because I realized that I could put together a team of like-minded individuals, and together we all would share the same vision, and we go out and we would drive our business. And that's exactly what happened. And in the wake of driving that business, we had customers and customers and customers and customers, and they're ordering the products and we're getting compensated on that. That's a great network marketing model. Now, the categories for products are kind of limited. They fall into the category of skincare products. 80% of the participants in the direct sales networking space are women, so you better have skincare products. They fall in the category of nutrition. They fall into the category of weight loss and weight management. Those are the big core products that the major, billion-dollar companies of the direct sales network marketing world concentrate on. If you don't have those products, if you've got services, if you've got investments, it's not going to be built to last. All right, it just never happened. It's just not going to work. You're going to be leaving it at some point. You're going to be moving on to some other kind of company. So again, focus has to be on proprietary consumable products. You want a product line that when people start consuming the product, dynamite won't shake them off that product. They're going to just keep ordering it month after month, year after year, decade after decade. That is the power of creating a residual income stream. Strong, powerful products. Now, compensation plans. There's a lot of different compensation plans. I will tell you this, that some of these are archaic and they're not going to work for you. I don't want to go into a training on compensation plans right now, but when you hear terms like breakaway comp plan, or you hear a term like a unilevel comp plan, kind of archaic, not really meant to go fast today and embrace the digital technology, social media marketing that the best companies are doing today. That's another one. When I talked about aging of your companies, I'm going to be talking in a minute about the marketing systems, and that's where we're going to handle that. But you want to make sure that the compensation plan is also legal. All right, a lot of these compensation plans are not legal. What makes them illegal? They don't have the next category. There's no customer acquisition going on. All they're doing is signing up representatives, and there's not a product that would be available for someone that says, I don't want to be a representative, I just want to buy the product. That's a very, very important test. You got to have a strong customer base in a legal network marketing company. Let's move on. I just want to jump back to the compensation plan. Best compensation plan preferred by top leaders in this industry around the world. Survey after survey shows vast majority, they're interested in binary compensation plans. Foundationally, a binary compensation plan means that you're going to build two teams. In other words, in your first level, you're going to sponsor somebody on the left side, then you're going to sponsor a second person on the right side, and everyone that you bring in after that has to go under one of those two people. They just have to, it's called spillover. And it's the most exciting thing in compensation plans to know that I signed up with you in your business and you're bringing people in that could end up being placed under me. Never a guarantee you'll get spillover, but you know what? In most of these other compensation plans, what is a guarantee is they'll never put anybody on your team. You're totally on your own. It's a big negative. Spillover gives you a leveraged advantage to have a major team building underneath you, coming from people that are above you that placed new people under you. That is an exciting concept. So look for the binary compensation plan. Let's talk about marketing systems, okay? This is a big one because, I've been in the industry for like going on 3 decades. And for most of that time, we contacted people, we met at the cafe, we did a little presentation, we sampled a little product. Then we told them, there's a meeting going on at the hotel, come to the hotel. Then beyond that, we said, let's have a meeting in your living room and invite everyone you know. And then, hey, everyone come to the hotel. And then we have a Super Saturday training. And that's the way it was done. And you know what? In a lot of different parts of the world, that still works. But especially in North America, Europe, and we're seeing it in other parts of the world right now, we're moving into social media marketing. And most of the companies, even in the Direct Selling Association, most of these companies, by way of design, because of their compensation plan limitations, or because of the fact that they just don't get it, they're old school, they're not embracing the social media marketing that is driving, like for example, our company today, power driving the company worldwide. So you have to make sure that when you get started in a company, you've got to ask them, how will I be getting company support to market my business and my products? And it's got to be very, very strong. It should be video driven. It should allow you to go into multiple markets. And this is going to get me to marketing system, takes me to the final thing I want to mention to you, and that is global expansion. If you are considering a company, and that company is only, for example, in the United States, or they're in the United States and Canada, it's very limiting. It's something that you have to carefully consider being involved with because the industry is very much global today. I just told you one of the reasons why, because of like Facebook and Instagram and Twitter. All right, we've gone global. So you have people that are interested in signing up in the company and using the product, but you can't go because they might be in Europe, they might be in Asia, they might be in India, they might be in Latin America, they might be in Africa, but you're limited because your company is not there. It's going to really, really hold you back. So you're looking for a company that is expanding globally. Now, let me talk about that quickly, all right? It is very easy for a company to say, sure, we'll open up in Canada, sure. We'll open up in Hong Kong, sure. We'll open up in India, sure. We'll open up all over Latin America. It's not that easy. They've got to get approvals from those countries. They need to be approvals from business regulatory, taxation, and health officials for their products. So it's expensive and it's time consuming But I'm telling you, if they're saying we'll just ship the products and you'll be okay, no, you won't be okay, because eventually those companies will move in on those countries will move in on those companies and shut them down. That's just the way that goes. So you want a company that is expanding intelligently internationally, investing properly in terms of getting all approvals, putting proper management in. And that's the overview that is going to just give you, I think, a lot of assistance in making your decision about which company you want to align yourself with. And remember, okay, you're aligning your time, your money, and you're aligning your reputation. So I really hope that this has helped you. I'd ask you to save this. I'd ask you to show it to your team, because it's the way it is. If you follow some of these guidelines today, you're going to be making smart decisions about where you're going to be spending your future, building your dreams in your network marketing company. It's Paul Kenny. Thanks for listening. I'll see you down the road. Bye for now.